That's the key, I think, to learning, because I think a lot of people, they hear about someone who hears well the voice of the Lord, and then they're like, well, that's just not how God speaks to me. But what they're not realizing is God takes us all through the process of sanctification. He's the perfector, right? The author, the perfector. So he authorizes us as his children to recognize the elements that activate open ears, and that he can reward when we respond to what he's asking. So I think most people, Steve, are just afraid to get it wrong. And so there's also a lot of religious justification for, why we don't hear, and why, you're not like me and I'm different. And it's the same Holy Spirit that works in us. The same Holy Spirit. One gets this gift and another gets that gift, and by the same Spirit. But what people interpret that as, well, that's not my gift. So then they have a scapegoat or a cop out to recognizing that he didn't say my sheep. He didn't say my prophets hear my voice. He says my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger's voice they will not follow. So the more we tune into the voice of our good shepherd, the more we walk with him in intimacy, interacting with the friend that sticks closer than the brother, the more we develop our heart, because the position and posture of our heart has a lot to do with how we're going to perceive and hear and see. In the natural, you can see, but in the spiritual, you can actually train your eyes to be able to see what the Spirit is doing.
So what I'm hearing you say, and what people are hearing you say, is that you can learn better to hear from God by practicing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You can practice it.
Yeah, give yourself grace, because if you can't miss it, if you can't allow yourself to miss it, then in an attempt to be perfect, you will totally miss it by doing nothing. If I fear that I'm going to fail, then I won't try. And if I don't try, I can't be in faith. And you can't please God without faith. You can't be saved without faith. Faith cometh by hearing, hearing by the word. Jesus is the word. We don't serve a dead letter. We love the Bible, but we're not bibliolaters, right? We're supposed to be loving the God of the Bible, not just look at the book, but we look at the person that the book is about. He's the author, and we can know him and be free. And that's fun. And so, like, I ask questions all the time, because, like, little kids, when you're in a car or a long road trip, where are we going? I used to say this to my dad. We go down to Canby Camp in Oregon. Remember that Canby Camp? And we go down there. And my dad, in fact, he's here with another pastor. A couple pastors are here at the house visiting Ted and Edna Zabel. Anyway, we used to do, they're from Fairhaven Alliance Church in another state. But, God showed me something that, he wants to bring every single person into the fullness of everything he has planned for them, destiny, inheritance, unlock all of it. And the real secret to it, I believe, is learning to hear and respond, because hearing's not enough. Faith comes by hearing, but faith is not faith until we act on what we're hearing. And this, Steve, is where most people are getting ripped off. They're hearing
getting ripped,
and they're not responding because of whatever fear of failure, fear of man, whatever is snaring them up. But if you learn to be a first responder, God speaks, you listen, you hear, faith is imparted, then you act on that faith, and then pow, there's breakthrough, and it trains you to want to do it again. I can't wait to obey God, because it's fun.